guess what I just watched? Hatchet 3. That is right, I just got done watching Hatchet 3, and holy mother of God, I've been waiting for this movie for a long time now. A very long time. Since the second one came out, I've been dying to see Hatchet 3, because they said Hatchet 3 would be the last one, so, I finally saw it today. And I'm wearing my Hatchet shirt just for this review, because I just watched it. Oh my god, I'm so happy. Okay, that's right, I need to review this. So basically, Hatchet 3 starts off right where the second one left off, and if the movie follows Mary Beth and this crazy old lady, and it also follows this SWAT team in the middle of the swamp investigating the murders of Victor Crowley, and yes, they do eventually get murdered by Victor Crowley. Let me first start off by saying, do not expect Danielle Harris to be in this movie too very much. She really isn't in this movie very much. She's not like the main star, although she should be. She just needs more screen time. She's just not in it very much, you know, she's just kind of there. She's not in it as much as the second one, that's all I'm saying. Just like the first two movies, Hatchet 3 is a non-stop gore fest, and it is absolutely incredible. You know, I really can't compare all the Hatchet movies with the violence and the gore and the blood. I can't compare them because they're all like the same amount, so it's hard to tell, but this one definitely is a lot like the first and second due to like the blood and the gore and the graphic scenes. This is what I love most about the Hatchet movies, is that they're so creative and over the top with their death scenes that it's just fucking awesome. I do also think that this one is the most serious one of the Hatchet franchise. Unlike the first two, which you can also almost call them horror comedies, but they're not really, but this, I'm not saying this one's more dark or gritty, but it is definitely a lot more serious. But it does also have some humorous moments, like, for example, a pair of balls dangling from a tree. You heard that right, don't worry, but, yeah, Hatchet 3, you know what, this movie is awesome. I waited this movie to come out for such a long time now, and it is finally here, and I finally saw it. Also, this movie is very short. I do believe this is the shortest Hatchet film yet, but, yeah. Spoilers if you have not yet seen the second one, I'm sure you all have, but Danielle Harris, the film ends with Danielle Harris shooting Victor Crowley in the head, and you just think right there, yes, he's dead. No, he's not. What actually happens is, she kind of like walks off into the swamp, and he comes back, and his face is all like melted down, it looks like, and she pretty much just dismembers all of his body parts until he's like into like these little pieces, and then the main opening credits start, and then there you have Hatchet 3. Basically, Danielle Harris is she's in jail for quite a majority of the film, and then this old lady comes out, and she's planning on bailing her, but this old lady, I forget her name in the movie, but she goes up to her and they discuss, like, about Victor Crowley, and she says that the only way that Victor Crowley can rest in peace and not kill anybody in the swamp anymore is if they get the ashes of Thomas Crowley, who is Victor Crowley's father, bring him to him, and then he will now rest in peace, because the reason why he's killing all these people, apparently, is because he needs what he wants. He's not resting in peace, and the only way that he could is if he gets his father's remains, or if he's with his father again. I guess that's what it is. I'm not too sure. But the point is, they go out, and they try to get, his father, I don't know what that was. They try to go get his father's ashes, and then, that's basically one part of the story, and then the other is this SWAT team, and they go out in this, not SWAT team, but they also have paramedics, policemen, etc., etc., and, they're out in the swamp, and they find, like, 20 to 30 dead bodies, I think they said, all, you saw the last two, and, they find all the bodies, and they try to find out what went on, and then, they all suddenly think it's Victor Crowley, and soon enough it is, and then the second half of the movie, it's just pure awesome. This movie is a lot of gun-firing action instead of the hand-on-hand action like the first two. This one actually has like a lot of guns and explosions and stuff, which is pretty cool and a pretty nice new touch to the Hatchet films. And yeah, again, there's like this full freaking 10-minute scene of just them shooting and battling Victor Crowley with an explosion at the end. And it's freaking awesome. I really can't explain to you how much I love this movie. One thing that I did love about this movie is that there are actually quite a bit of cameos in this film, which I will not spoil for you. I'm sorry, but no, I cannot tell you the cameos because that would just ruin the entire freaking movie for you, but, yeah. Not only are there cameos in this film, but there are also reoccurring characters from the previous films, which I will definitely not spoil for you, but that's all I'm going to say. Although it isn't the best Hatchet movie ever, I still think the first Hatchet film is the best Hatchet film. I do think it is just a slightly bit better than the second, although I do love all three the same, trust me, I do. But if I really had to pick, here's my ranking for the Hatchet films. Hatchet 1 would be my favorite, Hatchet 3 would be my second, and Hatchet 2 would be my third. I love all of them all the same, but if I really had to pick, that would be my guess. But, you know, they're all great movies, and definitely one of the best modern horror franchises ever. I want to say of the 21st century. One of the best horror franchises of the 21st century. Adam Green, you are a genius. Actually, this is the first Hatchet movie where Adam Green did not direct. Actually, what's his name? B.J. McDonnell, I believe that's how you pronounce his name. I'm sorry if I mispronounced it. He's a camera operator for the previous two films. He was the director. Adam Green chose him as director because for some reason he didn't want to direct this one, which is still cool. But I read in like a behind the scenes thing, I forgot where, but they said that BJ was having a hard time trying to direct, so Adam Green technically like almost took his place and tried to show him how to do all this. So technically he did direct it, but not really. Either way, it's still an awesome movie. It's just so great. Now, the ending to this film. I'm not going to spoil anything about the ending, but I will say this. It is the perfect way to end a great horror movie franchise. That's all I'm going to say. Overall, Hatchet 3 is a great finale to the Hatchet franchise. Just what I was expecting. Yeah, maybe just a little too short, maybe a little too less blood and gore. But overall, it's such a great film. And of course, you already know my rating. I'm going to give it 5 out of 5 stars. A perfect score. I'm going to give every Hatchet movie a 5 out of 5 from now on. Because they're just all great. And, I grew up with all of them. And I love my shirt, and yeah, that was kind of irrelevant to what I was saying, but yeah, so that's it. Good job, Adam Green. And one more thing I want to show you guys before I go. I just hung this up just for this review, kind of. This is my Hatchet 3 poster, limited edition, signed by the cast and crew. It's a lot of people. And I also do have this Holliston Season 2 poster. And one thing is that when they were signing both of these posters, Odorous is in Holliston Season 2, and he ended up signing this and not Holliston. I only see he autographed my Hatchet 3 poster, which he had nothing to do with, and he didn't even autograph this, which is still cool, because I have his autograph nonetheless, but just thought I'd point that out. And then, of course, I have that poster over there, which I've had for almost over a year now, so alright guys, that is it for this review. Please leave a comment down below on what movie I should review next. And if you have not yet seen this movie, do not worry, you are in for a treat. I cannot wait till you Hatchet fans out there see this movie, because it will not disappoint, and it is definitely a very awesome movie, and I'm sure all of you will love it. So, yeah, that's about it. See you guys later. Bye.